Charly paced his penthouse, the city lights below a dazzling, taunting blur. Every headline, every whispered doubt about the boy king echoed in his skull. The board meeting was in 3 days. Silas Blackwood's team was circling like vultures, tightening the noose. Failure wasn't just an option. It felt like an inevitability. He turned to Elena, his last ally in this corporate war zone. "We need a plan," he said, his voice tight. "Something bold. Not just a product launch. We need a statement. Something that screams to the board and the world that Montgomery Industries is untouchable." Elena, ever the pragmatist, nodded, her fingers flying across her tablet. "I've been refining your prototype. If we can integrate this new AI system I've been working on, it won't just work. It'll revolutionize the market." She paused, her eyes meeting his. "But it's risky, Charly. A single bug, one small failure in the presentation, and we're done. Blackwood gets everything." Charly clenched his fists, the sharp sting of his nails in his palms grounding him. "I didn't inherit this empire to play it safe." His voice was low but firm. "Let's do it." For the next 48 hours, sleep was a luxury they couldn't afford. The penthouse transformed into a war room, fueled by caffeine and sheer desperation. Charly dove headfirst into a world he'd only observed from a distance. He learned more in those 2 days than in years of formal education. He devoured budgets, analyzed market trends, and sat in on meetings, initially feeling like an imposter, but slowly, surely beginning to understand. He started to see the intricate rhythm of the company, the hidden strengths and weaknesses, the secret levers of power that only a true insider could spot. Meanwhile, Blackwood intensified his attacks. The media assault was relentless. Rumors leaked that Montgomery Industries was on the brink of collapse. Investors panicked. Stocks plummeted. News outlets painted Charly as a naive, spoiled child, a tragic figure about to destroy his grandfather's legacy. Each headline was a fresh wound, but Charly refused to bleed out. He refused to waver. He had his grandfather's journal and Eleanor's genius. He had a fighting chance. Finally, the day of the board meeting arrived. The air in the boardroom was thick enough to choke on. Executives whispered behind cupped hands, their faces grim. Lawyers exchanged knowing, predatory glances. And at the back, sitting smugly like a king on a throne of lies, was Silas Blackwood, ready to deliver the final, killing blow. Charly walked to the podium, his heart hammering against his ribs. He clutched his grandfather's journal, his worn leather a comforting weight in his hand. He took a deep breath. He didn't start with charts or graphs. He started with a story about a visionary old man, about a legacy built on innovation and integrity, and about a grandson's fight to protect what mattered most. He spoke not as a scared teenager, but as a leader, honest, passionate, and completely unafraid. Then, with a signal to Elena, he unveiled the project. Project Nightingale, an AI-powered platform designed to streamline operations, slash inefficiencies, and unlock new global markets. It was a masterstroke, the exact kind of bold, forward-thinking innovation the company desperately needed to survive and thrive. Elena took the stage, and the demonstration was flawless. The complex AI responded to her commands with seamless grace, its potential shining through every function. Her quiet confidence was a force multiplier, bolstering Charly's every word. The room, once buzzing with skeptical whispers, fell utterly silent. For a long, stretched moment, no one moved. Then, slowly, like the turning of a great tide, heads began to nod. Murmurs of approval rippled through the audience. Even the most hardened, cynical board members looked impressed, their expressions shifting from doubt to intrigue. Blackwood's smug smile faltered, replaced by a flash of disbelief. He tried to interject, to poke holes, to cast doubt, but Charly was ready, armed with the wisdom from his grandfather's journal and his own intensive 2-day crash course. He anticipated every argument, every cynical question. Every attack was met with a counter-assault of facts, foresight, and an undeniable, unshakable vision. When the time came for the vote, the outcome was clear. The board sided with Charly. Blackwood's hostile takeover was dead in the water, his schemes exposed for the cheap power grab they were. The room erupted into applause, a thunderous wave of validation that washed over Charly. Exhausted but exhilarated, he turned to Eleanor, a grin spreading across his face. "We did it, together." Eleanor smiled back, a rare, genuine smile that lit up her face. "No, Charly, you did it. You just needed someone to remind you that you were capable of more than anyone else ever believed." For the first time since his life had been turned upside down, Charly felt the crushing weight on his shoulders begin to ease. He finally understood. Wealth wasn't just numbers in a bank account. It was responsibility. It was courage. It was the power to build, to protect, to make a difference. And this was only the beginning. Montgomery Industries was safe for now. But Charly knew the world of business was a battlefield, and predators like Blackwood never truly rested. They just retreated to the shadows to plan their next attack. Later that night, standing in his penthouse, he looked out over the sprawling city. A fire he never knew he possessed was now burning in his eyes. He whispered to the skyline, a promise to himself and to the memory of his grandfather. "If this is what 18 feels like, I'm ready for everything else life throws at me." But what do you think will happen next? Will Blackwood retaliate? And what other secrets are hiding within the pages of his grandfather's journal? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for the next chapter of this story. See you next time.